Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for F1 23 My Team Career Mode for episode number 5 for the Miami Grand Prix around the Hard Rock Stadium, which is my least favorite track. But we're heading home, right into the US, and that is what we like to hear. We get 3 home, thankfully we are lucky and we get 3 home races, so I'm very happy with that. But Miami's not really my best track, so that's also the disadvantage. But if you're not checking out the last episode of my team, go check that out below. If you do not remember, it was the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It was pretty bad. We crashed out basically, and I wasn't happy with it. No one else was really happy with it, but it happened. But now we are looking at upgrading the powertrain department, and that is to basically get powertrain up to spec 1. And it could either be down to quality control or build time. We don't have enough money for fabrication. I think we'll ultimately go with the build time. So that is done and dusted. Obviously we're falling behind just a little bit in the upgrade race, so we do need to get a little bit more upgrades on the car, because again, my goal is to score as many points as possible before the other teams catch up, because I'm 100% confident that we're going to get stormed in the second half of the season. I'm 100% confident. I don't know, but in my gut feeling, I feel like we're going to get clapped on. And that part kind of makes me a little bit nervous, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, very much. But anyways, practice 1 is done. Liam, 2.5 seconds off the pace. That's not great. We actually got P6 though on a soft tire run, which I believe it was a quali lap. So there's a bit of a positive, but yeah, it wasn't too bad of a session. 8/10 off, almost a second off from Carlos Sainz. So got a little bit more pace to find, but I'm pretty confident in this car today. I feel like Miami is a little bit more. It's more easier compared to last time, where Miami last year, in last year's game, it was just too much. But practice 2, practice 3 went smoothly well. We got all the resource points we needed. We actually did the quick practice programs as well. But Liam only bringing in about 1 discount, so that's not ideal. But we'll keep on getting discounts, and we'll keep pushing forward. But obviously, the goal for Miami is just to get IQ 1. Let's hope we get IQ 1. I'm confident in the car, but we'll see what happens. But let's get on for qualifying for the Miami Grand Prix. Here we are, qualifying for the Miami Grand Prix. It's already Saturday, guys. This is gonna be intense. This session might be a bit intense, only because I've been making a lot of mistakes in qualifying, and just mainly in the practice session. So again, I mean, it's weird getting back on this track, very much. You can already tell right there a big snap already. Another snap. What is going on? Yeah, the struggle was definitely through those first part. You could still lose the car very easily, and again, coming through this section, you can easily flick the car in, and it held on. The grip is insane, but we're just a bit lacking a little bit of pace in a couple of sections. I feel like we do have a little bit of a poor setup as well. The car is a bit, I don't know, it's just something about the first sector. The car just doesn't feel planted, but everywhere else around the track is good. And the second sector right here, going to the Beach Club now, this part is where we're going to be fast. The AI are pretty slow around the second sector, while the player is more quick, so that is one thing to keep in mind. But we'll keep pushing on, and now heading down this next straightaway, which basically under the freeway, or the off ramp, and we now continue on to see how quick the car is in a straight line, which, with the engines, pretty quick. 213, 214, 215, almost 260 miles per hour down that main straight. And right here, missed the apex by quite a mile. I could have probably taken a little bit more, but Just didn't get enough rotation in. But anyways, coming across the line, it's a 129.6. That's only puts us P7 behind Lance Stroll and behind Lewis Hamilton. But Liam Lawson got up to P9 though. So very much a struggle. But so far it sits us P12. And look at that. Look at that second sector, 32.6. That was mighty. That's a purple one right there. But I don't know how good the first sector was a bit iffy. That's where we're losing a lot of our time. Those big snaps were not ideal. That is for sure. But Liam is also in the drop zone. He's sitting P20. That's not great. So we are actually at risk of getting knocked out in Q1 here, which I'm a bit nervous on. But anyways, we're gonna keep pushing on. First sector wasn't good at all. We literally gained like a tenth, and that was it. Because again, just entering into turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, it just snaps in the middle. And the center S's, we lost so much time. It was crazy. I mean, we just sliding everywhere. It was just not a good lap right now. And only getting a 10th right now. This is not a good lap whatsoever. And we go out wide there again. And that is actually going to be a bad lap. I don't know where this is going to put us. We might stick P12. Come across the line. It's only P12. This is not good. We are actually at risk of getting knocked out. And now we have to unfortunately play the waiting game, and we're not gonna have enough battery to go again, and we lose the car. Oh boy, this is gonna be a nightmare. Let's pray we get into Q2. Do we get in the qualifying 2 here? Are we safe? No, we're out. We're out in Q1 here in Miami. P17. I can't be asked. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, y'all. The car is it's not, it doesn't, I don't know, just the car is just not hooking around this track. It's kind of weird though, because I wasn't actually expecting a Q1 knockout. I thought we could have probably gotten to Q2. I thought we could have not gotten knocked out in Q2, honestly. I thought we could have got knocked out in Q2, but clearly not. So I think we're going to do the only right thing, and I think we might take an engine penalty. I honestly think that might be the best solution for us, because again, we're going to be having to take a lot of engine penalties later in the season, and it's just better to take them off now, because later in the season, when everybody else starts taking their penalties, will be lucky enough to just jump up the grid. So we're going to just change everything. Start from scratch. We're at a high risk, though, of blowing up. That is one thing. But, yeah. Let's move on to the race, shall we?
Florida is no stranger to world-class sports, and as of 2022, the USA's Sunshine State is now on the F1 calendar. Welcome back to the Magic City for the Miami Grand Prix. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long, and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Stroll, Magnussen, Bottas, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Joe, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Liam Lawson, De Vries, Sargent, De Vries. And now it's time to head down to the track. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once more by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Joker. They're in for a tough race today, as they'll be starting out of position due to a penalty from earlier in the weekend.
Yes, it's not the position you want to be in at the start of the Grand Prix. Penalties like this put you in amongst the traffic. But we know they have more pace than those around them, so I expect they'll make some strong progress in the first few laps.
We're still in with a chance of winning this title. We need you to push as hard as you can in the 5 remaining races.
Mark, are you okay? What the hell was that, Mark? He's getting old, man. He's getting old, guys. We might have to fire him. But anyways, P22 on the grid, last place. I don't know what to expect in this race. We are known for race pace, though, but at the same time, I don't know. Anything could change, so we'll go into Miami, we'll see what we can achieve, but I don't know what we're going to be able to achieve in this race. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. But, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I don't know how good the car is going to be, but we're going to find out together. But P22 last on the grid is going to be a challenge, but my goal is just to see how many places we can pick up. But anyways, coming on for the 5 red lights here around Miami and ahead of all 22 drivers, we are now underway for the Miami Grand Prix around the Hard Rock Stadium. But anyways, we get a decent start. We get jump Nick DeVries. We're going to jump Liam Lawson and also Logan Sargent. So both the Americans lock out the back row. That's a shocker, right? But we actually got a good start. We actually made up a lot of position now on this restart. We're going to get past multiple other drivers. That is amazing. What a start. I believe that's around 7 to 8 positions we just gained on the opening lap. And that was only just from Sector 1. And then we run out wide. And Gasly might have had a shot on us, but he ultimately backs out of that. Now him and Zhou Guanyu are absolutely going to be battling for those late points-paying positions, or not points-paying positions, the minor placings. But now we chase after Alex Albon, which that Williams is actually pretty quick in the straight line. Also, McLaren have made a lot of straight line speed upgrades, so they're going to be absolutely a nightmare to overtake. But we're going to keep pushing forward now, and we're going to send one down the inside on Alex Albon here. Once again, he actually hits us a little bit, and we hit we actually hit the back of Piastri, and we broke our front wing. I actually thought I got hit from behind, but I didn't. I just miscalculated the braking zone, as right here. I thought I got hit from behind, but I didn't. We just made a mistake, and that is going to be costly for us. That's not a good idea. But anyways, down the inside on Alex Albon now. Move ahead of Alex. Trying to do a switchback. No, he doesn't. Backs out of that fight. We now move up into P14 in this race. And now chasing after Oscar Piastri. The front wing damage is pretty bad. It's pretty minor. But we're going to send one down the inside of Oscar Piastri in the McLaren. Do we get that move done? Yes, we do. P13. A little bit of a backhand snap there. Once again, another snap right there. Through the back of the car. And now Piastri might have another shot down this main stretch. He's pretty quick in the straight line. But he's not going to get that move done. And now we have to chase after Valtteri Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. But one thing to keep in mind, though, is that going through the center S's near the beach, going through the yachts and basically the marina, it's pretty challenging. It just the pace is just horrendous. The front wing damage cannot live up to the speed of Bottas and Ocon, and we're just struggling. Once again, we go out wide there. Once again, absolutely no grip past the rumble strips, but we keep pushing on. P13 in this race, and we're going to have to defend now from Oscar Piastri as much as we can, but honestly, I might just stay out here because, again, it's just, we're on the hards. I mean, there's nothing that we can do. I mean, we can pit for the soft tires for 2 stints and see what we can do, but ultimately my best bet is just to stay out because, again, safety car or red flag is an opportunity in this race. And this was one thing to tell you, though, is that all this was pre-recorded before the first patch. So this was before the first patch, by the way. So I know the red flag glitches have been approved and everything like that. That is good. And some other minor places as well. And you'll see actually later in the episode when we go to Monaco, I'm not going to spoil that, but you'll basically see on one of the patches that they did fix, if y'all read the patch notes. I experienced it. A couple of the guys experienced it, but if you do drive out of the pit lane in Monaco, you actually did hit the outside wall, and you would break your front wing. So that's just a spoiler ahead of Monaco. That was a nightmare. But we're not focused on Monaco. We'll get to that in a later episode. But we now focus on to defend from Pierre Gasly. Piastri actually lost a place to Gasly, and Gasly's now all over the back of us. That's actually our rival now. which we got to fight Gasly pretty hard for these positions. That Alpine is not so quick because they really haven't put in a lot of developments in this car, but we just got to stay ahead of Gasly because, again, I mean, I'm thinking about just letting him go, but at the same time, I mean, like, it's just the first sector that's just horrible for this car. It's just the rest of the car, though, it's fine through the middle sectors, but we're just losing so much time because I don't have any front end. I mean, I don't have front end because my front wing's broken, basically, so it's going to be a bit challenging, and we're not getting some good rotation as all. But Gasly is all over our rear wing. We're not going to get DRS, but Gasly has DRS. Can he make this move done? We're not dumping overtake, that's for sure. Gasly's going to send one down the inside, going through the Beach Club section, and we're going to fight this around the outside. Piastri might have to take a look at that. And we're going to get around down the inside of Gasly, give him a little bit of a squeeze on the exit, and that is job done around Miami. Basically through the second sector, which, again, overpowered for the player. The AI are not so good through that corner of the racetrack. So on lap 6, it's pretty intense, but from all the scrubbling, look at how much time we've lost to Bottas. Almost 4 seconds ahead of Bottas. And that is not great, but Piastri's going to fight this down the inside. Piastri sends one down the inside. We're going to do the old switcheroo on Piastri and fight this back just enough. Oh, a little bit lost the back end there a little bit. He had to give up the space there. Piastri's going to get that move done. And simple as that. We lost the back end, though, going through that little sharp, going through those, like, little S's there. And now through the main S's. And look at this. Zhou Guanyu's actually entered this battle. And that's not great. And we ride the curb just a little bit. We've got a little bit beach there once again, but Piastri is gone. He has taken off in this race here once again. And now we chase after Piastri, but also now Pierre Gasly is all over the back of us. And also Zhou Guanyu, which the Alfa Romeo is one of the guys to keep out of when it comes to development, because I feel like they might be the guys that actually might challenge us for P7 in this Constructors Championship. But also Alpine, if Alpine's still going like this through mid-form and they're still mid, we actually might be able to overtake them in the Constructors. But they scored 38 points so far. Or not 38 points. They scored a lot of points already through the first opening rounds. So Bahrain, they got a double points finish. I believe Saudi, they got a double points. And the past 2 races, I believe they got in double points. So it might be a bit difficult to get past Alpine in this championship. But we're going to give just enough space for Pierre Gasly, just to give him just enough, and job is done so far for our defense. Amazing defense by us, though. I'm going to give myself some credit. We're losing time, by the way, but I just want to stay ahead of these guys, because if we back up Gasly, that will make Alpine not get points. And McLaren right now, McLaren might be our battle. These guys might be the one that we could be fighting later in the season if the car stays at a good pace, because again, the car didn't feel bad. We're just struggling a lot because of our 1 lap pace, but also it was just a struggle. But anyways, we're going to give Gasly enough space through this middle sector of the track, under the underpass and everything like that, and we're going to get that move done. Simple as that. And now entering the middle sector, the tires are falling off. We're struggling a lot. Look at this, just running out wide. It's just a joke. Look at Sergio Perez. He actually came back here for an unscheduled stop, so we did get some front wing damage. I don't know where he got that damage from, but it was unsettling damage. But we're gonna give the Red Bull just enough space. He's gonna have such a great straight line speed on Gasly, but we got the straight line speed as well. Simple as that. Job done. Up to P13 here once again. But look at Sergio Perez defends, gets down the inside, and what a turn of events. I don't even know what to say. But we're now in the pit lane, and this is what we need. It is time to change this front wing. It was a nightmare. We had no front end through this just that first stint, and again, it's just the front wing damage. And look at the front wing. It doesn't even look that badly damaged, but there's both wing plates are on, so I don't know how bad the damage is, but it clearly had to be some minor damage. And again, I mean, the front wing damage really did we just... Okay, no, we didn't. I thought we hit the inside wall and we almost broke the front wing again. That's not ideal, but we actually did get a warning, though. And that was actually for crossing the line on pit entry, or pit exit. So, cannot do that all the time. That is one thing to keep in mind. But chasing after Yuki Tsunoda now. Yuki is... I think he's still on his hard tires, so he actually hasn't made a pit stop, but I think he did make his pit stop, but he's on the hard, so we're going to have the overspeed on him, and we're going to get around Tsunoda here. Simple as that. Move is done. He has the cleaner line, but we just got so much more overspeed in that AlphaTauri. We just got a better engine, a better straight line speed than him. Bye-bye. Now Zhou Guanyu is one of the guys that actually we were battling in that huge squab with Pierre Gasly and Oscar Piastri. So, that's one thing to keep in mind. Look at the fast lap of the race, a 130.9. Pretty quick lap, you know, with his son. Doing a pretty good job, and now we chase after Zhou Guanyu. And Liam Lawson does come into the pits now. Well, he was in the pits, but he gets out on pit exit here now once again. He's P21. He's actually came out ahead of Nick DeFries, so that's one thing to keep in mind. So Nick is, again, struggling a lot. But that is one thing to keep in mind for Liam, is we need to watch him out more because he hasn't been living up to the hype that I have been seeing. So that's one thing. Anyways, making a move on Zhou Guanyu here now through the Beach Club. And oh my god, he almost hit the out. He almost, we made a little bit of contact there. We're going to get ahead of Zhou Guanyu. Simple as that. Move is done. That was not bad. I'll give myself a little bit of credit for that. But look at this. Lando Norris, I think he also had some front wing damage, or he got an unscheduled stop because, well, he's out of the points. And I'm pretty sure he was in the points early in this race. So we gotta scrap here with these McLarens. But Logan Sargent now and Oscar Piastri, they're now side by side, and we're gonna get down the inside of both these guys. But Piastri just brakes a little bit later, and Logan Sargent, he brakes a little bit later than us, and he's gonna get that move. And well, he didn't get the move done. I thought he was gonna fight that back. No, he doesn't. He comes into the pits now. He's coming in for his pit stop. And with only 10 laps remaining left in this race, we got a bit of a charge on our hands because, again, we're on the mediums. But look at this. Sergio Perez actually came back out on the pit stop. He got some front wing damage, so Perez is not having the Miami Grand Prix that he wants. The Street Circuit King is struggling on the street circuits of Miami, or struggling on the streets of Miami, basically, if you think about this. But it's actually kind of good, though, because he's holding up Oscar Piastri just enough. But Piastri will have Slipstream and DRS going through into these next couple of corners, getting around basically the gondolas and everything like that through this next part of the track. But anyways, we get DRS. We got a much stronger engine than that Mercedes. The McLaren's pretty quick in the straight line, so I'm honestly thinking about a DR stand. We're going to lick the stamp and send it. We're going to go down the inside of Oscar Piastri. What a move. That moves up out the P14. We almost lost the back end there. Look at this. What a move. Down the inside of Piastri. Piastri, we've just done him right there. If you remember F122, former teammate. We're getting back at him. That's what you get for destroying us in F122 career mode for only one season. But that was a good move. But now we're gonna be basically in the fights with these two McLarens. Honestly, if you think about this season, we kind of look like a McLaren because we have orange on our car. But Lando Norris is gonna be fighting us off as much as we can, but we got so much overspeed on him. It's just that engine that's really giving us the pace. He's gonna fight this back, though. You know what? He's gonna down the inside. Does he make that move done? Oh my god, he slipped, but we got a much better exit than him, and we're gonna get that move done. P20 in this race. Oh my god, what a defense! But now Lando is gonna be the struggle of this race. Both these McLarens are gonna be a problem with the entire rest of this race. I don't think we're going to get up to Pierre Gasly. I don't think we're going to get up to Sergio Perez. It's going to be difficult to judge, but this has been a pretty decent Miami race so far. But again, oh my god, another back end loss there once again. Yuki Tsunoda is coming into this battle, so we could have like a 5-car scrap here for the minor placings. But Lando in the DRS, he's not going to get that move done, though. He's going to back out of that. Well, he's going to just basically lift and coast behind us. But he will have the advantage, though, because, again, the mediums will fall off a lot more than the hard, so he's got the much preferred tire. But we got someone retiring from the race. That might be Zhou Guanyu. I believe that is Zhou Guanyu retiring from the Miami Grand Prix. So he retired in the real-life race last year, and he retires again for the second year in a row here in Miami. Not what you want to see. I do kind of feel bad for him in that Alfa Romeo. But lap 24 now, we're basically in a bit of a shambles. Lando did fight that down the inside, but he didn't get that move done. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that Kevin Magnussen is up there in the points paying position. Also, Valtteri Bottas, I believe, is also in those points positions. But Alfa Romeo, they're they're making a slow charge. I don't know how many points we have to our name, but I know it's not a lot, and if we keep on making mistakes like this is going to be costly for us. But Lando has the outside. We're going to have the inside line, though. Lando thought about a move there. He's still thinking about the move. We're still side by side through these center S through the part around pit exit. And we're going to get that move done. And we're going to keep the position. What a defense. We're making this car as wide as we can. And this is basically to defend off Lando as much as possible. But look at this. Lando back down the inside. And he thought about it, but he can't get that move done. Not a lot of laps remaining left in this race, so Lando and both these McLarens are going to be charging us, but we need to make this car as wide as we can to keep the position. Because I expect the McLaren to just shoot right past us. But anyways, next couple of corners here once again. This is where we're strongest on the racetrack, and it's mainly because the AI are not quick there. We pulled a decent gap, but now we're back around here for round 2 of the same action of basically going out wide. Lando down the inside. We're going to get around the outside. We're going to keep this move done and dusted. We're going to get Lando here once again, but Lando's going to have an absolute rocket ship in the straight line here once again. I don't know if we're going to be dumping battery. We might dump battery to defend, or might not. We might just save a little bit of battery for the main straight. But again, Norris in the DRS. He's in the slipstream. Now he's going to have the inside line. We're going to fight this around the outside. Lando with the move. We can go around the outside. Piastri's now entered this battle, and we're going to hold up Piastri. But Piastri thought about a move around the outside. He doesn't think about that. He backs out of that, which is probably the right decision for the McLaren driver. But now, chasing after Lando Norris here once again. We're just trying to stay out of his dirty air because, again, the dirty air is really bad in this game. And that is one thing we need to keep in mind. But we're going to be just a rocket ship. Dumping our overtake here once again. We're going to dump the DRS. Lando's going to defend this. He's going to defend the inside, but we're going to go around the outside of Lando. Move is done. Straight line speed is our success and key to winning ahead of to basically winning the McLaren fight. Basically to battle them once again, another snap around the exit there once again. The tires are falling off a lot in this race. That's one thing to keep in mind. But Lando thought about moving around the outside. He's going to go around the outside here once again. We're going to give him just enough space. We're going to get that move done. P13, still we remain. He thought about the move. No, he doesn't. On to the penultimate lap now of this race. Lando Norris in the DRS and in the slipstream. Yuki Tsunoda did get past Oscar Piastri, but Lando gonna go down the inside. Yes, he does. Lando down the inside. We're gonna defend the outside. Give him just enough space. This is a brilliant scrap between us two. We're both going for it as much as we can. We just want these minor placings, but we're gonna get the DRS. Tsunoda now enters this battle. He might get around Norris. Does he get that move done? I don't know. Lando gets ahead. They're still side by side. This actually is brilliant for us because now we can pull away just enough to break possibly out of the DRS range. And they're still squabbling for those positions. And they're still squabbling on the last lap. But Yuki is quick as hell. Yuki is fast. And he's not going to get that move done, though. He got around both the McLarens, which is good. But it is ultimately, we're going to live to fight another day. Look at us get P13 in this race. We hold off Yuki just enough time. I'm out of breath.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalize on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
There you go. Lewis Hamilton wins the Miami Grand Prix, and Mercedes are absolutely... I believe he won in Baku, and he wins in Miami, so hell of a job for the Mercedes boys. They've actually made a pretty good comeback for the title, so they are in title contention. But from our side of the race, fortunately no points today. It was going to be hard to judge, honestly. It really was. It's just, again, I mean, this field is so tight, and I think getting knocked out of Q1 really just did not help at all. And it's not great, but at the same time, I kind of maybe did expect the Q1 knockout because, again, I'll say it again, Miami is not my best track. It's just, I just struggle a lot around here. And, again, I mean, if we just were more cautious, we probably could have gotten points. But, again, it would have been hard to judge because, again, if you just think about this field, Esteban Ocon, Valtteri Bottas, Sergio Perez. I mean, everyone's gonna be basically in this fight now. So Bottas, though, actually one thing to keep in mind, he actually did get points for Alfa Romeo. So Alfa Romeo finally gets their first points on the board. But looking at the standings, we sit P12 on comfortably 3 points. Obviously, those points coming from, I believe, Baku sprint race and also Australia, where we got 2 points. So decent effort. Liam still P20 in the championship. He's gonna need some points. He's been pretty poor, and it's not ideal to have someone be pretty poor. But one thing to keep in mind, though, in the constructor standings, we still comfortably sit P7, so that is good. But yeah, Liam, he's been a bit. He's had a lot of poor performances, and I'm not really happy with him. I want to keep him. I really do. But, again, if he just keeps performing like this, we're going to have to think about a replacement. And it's still so early in the season, though, too. We're only 5 races in, so anything could change with Liam. We head out to Imola, though, next time for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And that is going to be our one of our home races because of the Ferrari engine. So it's our engine supplier's home Grand Prix. So we obviously, I hope Liam gets some points, but again, it will be hard to judge. But overall, it was a pretty productive Miami Grand Prix. I learned a lot. Don't crash in the back of people. That's what I learned in today. But ultimately, we're going to keep pushing on, and we're going to go see what we can pull out in Emilia-Romagna. I believe we do have some upgrades coming onto the car for the next weekend, so that is one thing to keep in mind. It is a triple header weekend as well, so that is one thing to keep in mind in the virtual world of F1. But that's all I got, though, in today's video. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. If you want to see more racing content, please like and subscribe to this channel. It'd be greatly appreciated if you all subscribe. I love you so much. But anyways, have a good rest of your day, y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.